Okay, okay, okay. So
Litlhogonolo, so you can hear us, right?
show us 100 lap.
Ngoba mina ungitshela la ku-WhatsApp, so yeah, he said correct. He can hear us. So kune
Okay,
100
cool.
lapha there's yes, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I'll stop. You come up as a speaker, and you just shoot away. Once you're done answering your question, you go back to being a speaker so you can hear us again. Okay, so basically, the question that I have is, I would just like to, a lot of us would like to find out in regards to the tweet that you tweeted um on Monday, that you know for a fact that it is possible to produce a broiler under 20 rands. Would just like you to take us through that type of pricing. How exactly do we get to produce a broiler for less than $20 that would weigh 1.1 to 1.2 kilograms? Because in live weight, that is a broiler that weighs around 1.7 kilograms to 1.8 in order to get that dressed weight. And does that cost, or your costing of under 20 rands, include the purchase of the day old chick? And how much is the day old chick? So could you please just take us through the day 1 to day um 35, because in order for a chicken to get to 1.7 to 1.8 kilograms, it gets to from day 28 to day 35. Basically, that's how long it takes for a broiler to weigh that much. So how much feed is used per chick, and how much money is used to purchase each chick, and how much money um is used to pay the employees electricity, water, wood shavings, and everything that is involved in order to get the under $20 per chicken. Okay, that is my question. I hope you have it down so that you can answer it in that order, please. um Basically, we just need you to just tell us when you got the numbers, how you got them, and so on and so forth, and the possibility of us being able to achieve that as well. You can request, please, so that we can add you on and you can answer.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Amanda, you asked all the questions in one.
Yeah, because Angiti, he is struggling, so I want him to just come through and we listen while he speaks. Okay, awesome. There we go.
When I tweeted that information, or we are looking for farmers that we can work with, um, obviously, I was coming from um business point of view. I'm a businessman, so me being a businessman, I would always want to negotiate a better price or a cheaper price. Um, Hence, I said I want somebody that can supply a chicken to me for 26 rand. So obviously, as a businessman, I'm trying to save from my side, but I was expecting a lot of farmers who were responding to that ad to come out and give me the breakdown of to say, but this is impossible to to grow a chicken within that amount, 26 rand or 25 rand. So I was expecting guys to start having negotiations with me, not guys to start thinking, "Hore, I'm trying to exploit black farmers, because on that tweet, I didn't specify that I'm looking for black farmers or white or red farmers. I was just saying I'm looking for farmers. So that was coming from a businessman. I was open for discussion. I was open. That was open for negotiations as well. I did get the guys. Some of the guys, uh, they broke down the costing to me, and I got to understand where they were coming from. And some of the guys, we ended up agreeing on 32 rand for a price from 26 rand that I initially said I'm willing to pay, but I went up to being willing to pay 32 rand because of the negotiations that went through with some of the farmers. Um, that was not me trying to exploit anyone. So I realized during a lot of engagements with a lot of farmers that you guys are paying different prices for chicks. Some guys are paying 12 rand, some are paying 11, some are paying 10. But my point was, if you are paying 10 rand for a chick, you're already paying a lot. You need to get suppliers that can give you a chick for 5 rand. And I personally know some of the suppliers that can sell a chick for 6 rand, 7 rand. I know them. Some guys had an issue of slaughtering. They are paying 8 rand, 9 rand for slaughtering, but there are companies that you can pay 6 rand to slaughter. So my point was, but if you are growing a chicken for 40 bucks and you expect to sell that chicken to me for 70 rand, and I have to sell that chicken for 120 to my consumers, how much am I making? Because there's a lot of things that goes into that price. So that means if you are growing a chicken for 45 rand, 40 rand, and selling it to me for 70 rand or 60 rand, then that ShopRite or Pick and Pay or Woolworths and get a chicken for 55 rand instead of using a farmer. So for me, the main concern was, but then what is the point of me going straight to a farmer if I'm going to pay 55 rand, if I can just go to Roots Butchery or Woolworths and get the chicken for 55 rand. So my biggest issue was most of the guys who approached me, they were already having a bigger cost into growing a chicken, especially the buying of a chick. 10 rand, 11 rand, that's a lot. Because that chick obviously is not guaranteed that it's gonna grow until you are able to sell it. It can die anytime. And there's a lot of things that goes into that. So obviously there was an opportunity for most guys to start now seeing it from a different point of, okay, but then maybe I'm paying a lot in this. Then maybe I need to start sourcing for new suppliers. Maybe I need and for chicks. Because my other concern was, but if other guys are willing to set 250, and which I'm happy with still, why are other guys trying so much to convince me to get a chicken for 45 rand, which I also want to say, because I was coming from a business from I was saying that from as a businessman. Um, in closing, I remember there's a guy that I responded to on Twitter. He said 5 rand, it's a joke to them or to farmers. But my point was, but the chicken industry, that business, is a numbers game. If you are making 2 rand or 5 rand per chicken and you push in more volume, you can still make a lot of money. But if you are forcing to make instant profit, you are growing a chicken for 30 rand and you want to sell it for 60 rand or 65 rand. You want to make 100% profit. That's impossible. You're not gonna push enough volume because you are not selling at the right price. Thank you.
Lithogonolo, can you hear me now? Lithogonolo? Okay, I'll take you back down to being a speaker so that you can hear the question. I mean, to being a listener. The Tronolo, can you hear me now? Tloghi? Norma, are you communicating with him on WhatsApp?
Yeah, no, I think he's back to being a listener. I don't know if he can hear us. The Tawanolo, can you hear us, please?
Okay,
He
yeah,
can.
he can hear us. Okay, I hear you, but you still didn't answer my question. I will go back and say again, there was another response that was directed at me, by the way, where I said that I got 31 rand 50 per kilogram for a chicken from OK Foods, and you said that you can never pay more than 30 rands for a chicken. I don't think it was a matter of anyone forcing you to take chickens at 40 rands. We were not forcing you. We were just communicating our cost in producing a chicken. And we said we can't see the feasibility of it. So if the table was open, then those statements that you made, that you know for a fact that it is possible to produce a chicken under 20 rands. That's what I'm talking about. Not at your invitation for people to come and sign the SLA with you. I'm talking at your responses to the tweet, that you know for a fact that it is possible to produce a chicken under 20 rands, and the one where you said you will never pay more than 30 rands for a chicken. I understand that everyone wants to bargain and everyone wants to get things at a cheaper price. So I also get how come people think you're trying to exploit them, because when we were trying to talk to you about it, you seemed very condescending and as though you are not willing to actually listen. When we spoke amongst ourselves, we said we would like to approach your table and actually come and speak to you and understand if we cannot actually negotiate. When we tagged you on the tweet and we asked questions, we asked that you please join us. And obviously, people have their own different opinions about what is said or what you have put on the table. But when we are given an opportunity to come and clarify, instead of taking that opportunity, it seemed as though you were speaking down on us. That's why people would say you're trying to exploit. So I've screenshot a lot of your responses, because you did delete some of them. They were very heated, very condescending, and to some extent, um, you know, a bit below the belt. So I just want you to speak to those comments. Uh, it's great that you guys agreed on 32 rands 50. That is a very good price. When the numbers are high, the money that will be gotten from those people, i- i- if they are on a big scale, it's going to work for them. It can work for some of us, because um some the producer that is small scale, we do not get feed at very low prices, because in order for the chicken to actually cost less, for the day old chick to cost less, you have to be buying big numbers. So basically, this invitation was probably not for us small scale people. It was for people that are producing maybe 35,000 beds per cycle, minimum, because that's how some people are able to get discounted amounts on feed and day-old chicks. So I would like for you to speak to those statements. It is possible for a fact to produce a chicken for less than 20 rands, and I would never pay more than 30 rands for a chicken. Where did you get those numbers? You know for a fact it is possible. That's what we want to know. That is the main question, not the initial invitation. Um, on the invitation to come to this space and help us understand or have a chat with us in order for us as farmers who are interested in actually having an opportunity like that to explain to you our cost so that you can go back to your team and draw and come back maybe with a counter offer if it is possible. So now for you to be able to get those type of numbers, what are the costs that are involved? Is it possible for us to actually get the contact of that hatchery that gives people a day-old chick for 6 rands? Um, is there a limited number of chicks that we can order in order for us to be able to get that? Or can Abutito Hang with his 2,000 chicks be able to go and order 2,000 chicks at 6 rand per chick? So I think that is the question, and
Can
I
I add
hope you.
another question, please? Since it's so difficult to get Letohonolok to hear us, so that he
Okay.
can just answer all the questions just before
I
he
hope
comes
you're
on.
writing them down, Abuti.
Letohonolok, you mentioned that you're a businessman, and I think another thing that people also forget is that farmers are business men and women too. So I wanted to actually just highlight that. That being said, in as much as you're also trying to pay the lowest price, we are also trying to get the best price because of the quality produce we produce. You mentioned another thing about numbers game, right? Um, you said it's a numbers game. You can just, even if you're making 5 rand, if you're selling 5,000 chickens, why is that hat applied only to farmers and you can apply that same hat to your business model? I have got a degree in business management, double major in marketing as well, so I understand what it is and what it takes to run a business as well as a farming business. So I want to know why you can't make 5 rand and why I must make 5 rand. Because same as you, I also have a lot of costs that I incurred in raising that broiler. Because I feel like the reason why we wanted to hear you on the space is just so that we want you to understand that we have our own voices. In as much as you want to get, it's so nice that I can just walk into Spa. I can walk into Spa and say, Spa, I want to pay 2 rand for this Coca-Cola as opposed to 22 rand because that's how much I would like to pay because I'm a consumer and I only have X amount of money. Same concept as saying I'm a businessman. So I just wanted to actually just, farmers are actually business people too. And we are also trying to make a living, just like how you are trying to make a living with Moja Chicken. In fact, I could argue and say you've got lots of distribution sites. You're setting up shop everywhere. Moja Chicken is everywhere. So you can actually take to make 5 rand more than I can take with my three more than I can take with my 3,000 broiler production as a farmer that's supporting you. So I just wanted to highlight these things because there's some condescending tones that we're picking up, and Amanda's right. Because we are business people, we're educated, degreed, and many other things. Conception of farmers are just farmers, and farmers are just people that grow animals and know nothing about running a business. No, I'm here to cancel that narrative, and I'm here to actually say that um, we are business people. You can make 5 rand. You can't tell me I want to make 5 rand. I want to make 10 rand like you. Because you're gonna buy a chicken for 30. You're gonna buy a chicken for 32 rand from me, and then you're gonna sell a quarter chicken for 45 rand. You know, or sell it for 55 rand, 65 rand. Hell, sell it for whatever amount you want to sell it at. Because at that point, you can say you've added a sauce and a basting to it. But I can tell I can tell you, I looked after my broilers, and I gave you the best tasting and quality chicken for you to be able to actually justify selling it for 120 rand. Why are we not shifting the market to match prices, as opposed to asking other people in the production line, like farmers who work so hard to put the chicken on the table, to take a knock just so that you can make more? That's thinking in business is what I'm trying to get at. That why are you trying to say no? No, you make less and you'll make more numbers. You'll make more numbers because you'll sell more, and make 5 rand. Imagine 5 rand multiplied by 20,000 a week. That's a lot of money. No, you can also make 1 rand. Same thing. I could argue that. So I'm not sure if the questions, but yeah, I'm done. I don't want to say anymore.
Where is everyone?
Sorry, Amanda,
We are here.
we are here.
Oh, I can't see everybody else. Litlhogonolo, can you please request the mic so you can come and answer the questions? Are you seeing Litlhogonolo, Noma?
No, I can't see him on the space anymore. Let me see if let me tell him to rejoin.
I think more than the network, Spaces is actually acting up today. I refuse to believe that it's just us. Is By Black still here, or it's just like he's chilling? I can't see him. Like, it's like his network is acting. No, Mutin, Ulihlonolo, is he coming?
How is he still not back on?
No, I can't see him. I can't see him. But yeah, no. I think honestly speaking, he said what he said because people just say things that they want to say on Twitter without taking